Hi, everybody. It's Krista with DisneyWays.com, and I just want to thank you so much for all the great questions you sent in about our recent cruise, our little cruise two-night getaway on the recently redesigned, reimagined Disney Magic cruise ship. It was a wonderful vacation. We had lots of fun, paid lots of money for this vacation. So I just thought it'd be fun to get out as much information as I could to anyone who wasn't able to come along. So thanks for sending me your questions. So let's start with Terry. Terry with wdwhints.com. Her first question was, did you experience any extra magic aboard your cruise that was unexpected? Well, Terry, a lot of it was unexpected for me. It was my first ever Disney cruise, so everything just seemed so amazing and overwhelming. But my husband and I did celebrate our belated 10th anniversary, so we had a wonderful singing session from some of the waiters at one of our meals, which was awesome. I never imagined what fireworks on the cruise ship would possibly look like, but I got to see that, so that was wonderful and unexpected as well. The shows were tremendous quality. Especially the later one, which I'll talk more about later, that one absolutely made me cry and was fantastic. A little added bonus was I got to see my Disney hero, Lou Mangello, on the tour, and also got to see Tom Staggs. He happened to be watching one of the plays the same time I was. I looked up, we locked eyes, just for a couple of seconds, and that was just a big thrill for me. I know it's silly, but that's what was unexpected and magical to me. And also, the other thing I was kind of unexpected was the fact that I just became this character person, like overnight. Something about meeting characters on a Disney cruise is very, very magical. It's totally unlike meeting the characters in the park. There's a lot of them there and lots of cool things to check out. So all of that was, magic aboard the cruise for me. So let's see. Her next question was, which evening theater production shows were presented? The second one, the main show, was the Disney Dreams, an enchanted classic. And the first show that we saw was Twice Charmed, which is an original twist on the Cinderella story. Question number 3. There's so many activities to take advantage of on the Disney cruise ships. Did you attend either the drawing class or any of the behind-the-scenes tours? Unfortunately, no, I didn't make those walking tours. I really wanted to, but for whatever reason, I just wasn't able to do those. But my husband and I did go and do a little craft. It wasn't drawing, but it was kind of making a tile, which was fun, and it was a fun little souvenir to bring home, so that was cool. And Terry says, I've only sailed on the Dream where they had rotational dining throughout their 3 main restaurants. Does the Magic have 3 restaurants as well? Yes, they have more than 3 restaurants, but I think you're talking about the main sit-down table service restaurants on the Disney Magic. Those 3 are going to be Animator's Palette, Carioca's. Carioca's is brand new on the Disney Magic. It's the main dining restaurant located on Deck 3. And then the other one was Lumiere's, which is also one of the main dining restaurants. And the way they handled it was basically my husband and I were assigned Artist Palette for our first meal. And for our second meal, we were assigned Carioca's. And then they offered breakfast at Lumiere's. If you wanted to go do that, that was an option. We ended up not eating at Carioca's. We just weren't real excited about the menu for whatever reason, so we went over to Lumiere's and just asked them if maybe possibly they could squeeze us in, and they did, and it was wonderful. The restaurant was great, and I'm so glad we did that, although I've heard Carioca's is fabulous, and it is one of the newly redesigned spaces, so if you're adventurous and you like South American cuisine, you'll want to give Carioca's a try. So hopefully that answered your question. With the 2 nights, it was a little bit weird, but I think, I don't have anything to compare it to, but I think that was what they did. They just gave you 2 restaurants, so, and then offered, an additional meal at Lumiere's. Okay, moving along. Kimberly with FrontierLandStation.com asked, do you have any tips for first-time Disney cruisers? Well, this was my first ever Disney cruise, so yeah, I have a few tips. First of all, I just want to mention the Navigator. It's basically a program that you get in your room each evening. And that lists everything there is to do on the cruise. It's amazing. You can't possibly do it all, but it's fun to check it out, study it, and just kind of plan what you might want to do. I did have to stop and remind myself to go outside and enjoy the view of the water and feel the wind in my hair, because there is so much to do on the ship. You can kind of forget that, the special part of being on a cruise is that you can go out and smell the air and just, enjoy the water. So I kind of had to remind myself to go outside a little bit, a couple of times. And then the other one was, I want to thank Ron and Asaya, who were a couple of our dinner companions that we were next to. They told us to stand next to the aft smokestack, facing forward to the right to view the fireworks. So if that doesn't make sense, let me know. I'll try to figure out a way to explain that better.